Yeah, what up? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. I like when you say it, by the way. I have a good friend. It's weird when I interview my friends. You know, there's only a few artists in the game that I actually call my friends, and this one is actually my friend / family member / she got more swag than me, which I'm only going to say that right now in the interview.
Stop that.
Mariah Carey.
Hi,
M Sizzle.
my love.
I call you M Sizzle.
You do call me M Sizzle.
MP.
I love it. The MP.
Yeah, the MP.
We're going to keep that to ourselves, what it really means.
Yes, we're not going to tell anybody what it is.
No,
Everybody calm
that's our
down.
thing. That's our thing.
How are you? How's it feel to have the new album out? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I haven't been to New York in so long. And
I'm actually upset with you because of that.
I know. I'm upset with myself.
Because you're a true New Yorker to the soul.
I am.
Plus, when you're in New York, I get to hang out with you.
Exactly.
And you've been away for so long.
I have.
So,
Our adventures. Well, first of all, yes, Caution is out.
Yes, Caution's out. It's a
yeah.
movie in 3D. Buy 35,000 copies of the album.
Please do.
The record with Ty Dolla $ign is a movie.
Do you like
Get the
it?
out of here. They'll bleep that out. It's incredible.
Bleep that out.
Yeah, we'll bleep that out. That's incredible.
Thank you.
The record with Mustard's incredible. The whole album's dope. And I've been playing Oh No No.
I know.
I
heard you playing that. I saw the video. I was very excited. I was like, I'm back in New York.
Yes.
I get to see this video and hear Sus on the radio.
That's such a New York vibe, too, that record.
It is, because the original, the Lil' Kim version, is one of my all-time favorites, as you know.
Yes.
Sus, you know all my favorites. You know how to get the mood from me that I need to be in.
Yes.
Wherever I'm at.
Yes.
Whenever you're there.
And it's crazy because Mariah has more knowledge of music than me, by the way.
No. What was that game we played that time? Remember when I cooked for you? I'm not gonna say what I made. You can discuss what I. All right,
we'll talk about that in a few because Thanksgiving's coming up.
Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yes.
And you know that people don't believe me, but I can cook.
No, you're a movie with cooking.
She's
a movie with cooking. We're gonna make that a subject.
Make that a subject.
We're gonna make that a subject because she's a movie with cooking.
Okay.
Mom, I'm sorry. So a no-no's crazy. I heard that. I know it's not done. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but you threw it in the air to possibly have Lil' Kim and Cardi B do a collab.
I would love that. I would love that. You know, like I said, the original was one of my favorites. I love Kim, always have. And Cardi's, incredible. She's doing her thing right now, and it'll be exciting. I think it'd be a very big female empowerment moment.
Can I make some phone calls and try to make that happen?
I would love that. I would love that.
So Caution is being reviewed like the #1 reviewed album in a long time.
I believe it's like my best reviewed album since my first album.
And you've had incredibly big, huge albums. How does that feel?
It feels great, but you know what it is? I feel like even some of those records from the past that didn't necessarily get great reviews were bigger than they can even sell that many records now these days. So it's a little bit of hate that happened back then, but this is a great feeling. It really is, because when you're working so hard in the studio and then the project finally comes out.
You have records I heard, like, me and Mariah got friendship. She got records, I'm telling y'all, she got records that have not made any albums that is a movie. Which you can give them to me for my album if you want, or whatever you want to.
Always. I think we need to do our collaboration for your album, though, because we've been trying to get together.
For like 2 years,
for even longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got a project coming out.
All right, good.
Quick plug.
When is that coming out?
Hopefully
I switched the interview on you right there. Did you see what I did?
Interview me. Hopefully by spring I want to drop a single. I got a record with Tory Lanez right now. That's good.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get on that. I got a few records with some big people. I'm trying to get my good friend Mariah on this one record.
Get me on the record, please, because I love to do, especially like little background vocal parts. And when the whole thing isn't on me, I like that better.
But we got to do it in the studio together.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. In New York.
In New York, while we're here.
All right, cool. Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
So listen, I miss being on tour with you guys. You guys are going on tour again next year.
Mm-hmm.
The tour life with Mariah is extravagant. I love it. The energy from the people is so great. But now that shout to Rock and Roll, by the way. Rocky texted me the other day.
Rocky's 7 years old. He loves, so Rock and Roll, my twins are both 7. And DJ Sus took a picture. And I love that picture.
Yeah.
It's adorable. And Rocky was like, where was that? What did he text you? Where was that picture taken?
He actually got kind of gangster on the phone.
What'd he say?
I was like, Mariah, I was talking to you. He's like, this is Rocky, yo, or something like that. But the reason I bring them up is because every time, people don't know this, you're an incredibly great mother.
Thank you.
And you're always on the road. And you're always traveling. That's why I brought up the tour. How do you do that? I can't take care of my cat properly. And I see her every day.
It's tough.
How do you do this on the road?
Cha-Cha is very upset with me right now, my dog Cha-Cha. Do you remember Cha-Cha?
Yes, I remember Cha-Cha.
She got signs all over Asia, love Cha-Cha. It was cute, but it's harder with her because I was going to bring her there. I said, I don't know if Sus will appreciate that. His cat might smell her on him. Then,
nah.
But no, they love being on tour. They're they're like, when are we going on the tour bus again? When are we going on a plane? If you stay in one spot with them for like a week, they're like, wait, when are we going on a plane again? When's a long plane ride? I'm like, why do you want the long plane ride? But they like it.
Well, they got the stage presence on stage.
They have fun.
They have no nervousness when they're on stage.
No nervousness at all. I don't understand it.
Yo, there's a conversation I wanted to have with you because a lot of people don't know that people know, but your knowledge of hip hop and music in general is amazing.
I just know what I like. I like what I like.
I want to know, first of all, you're in my top 5, top 3 icons of all time, even though we're friends. So I don't know if that feels weird to say that.
No, it doesn't. It feels great.
So who is in your top icons of all time?
There's so many. Obviously, the late great Aretha Franklin. And everyone I'm going to say is there's.
Well, I know you're going to say Mike. I knew you were going to say Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, of course, and I'm going to probably have to say Prince. But while he's still living and will be for years and years to come, also the incredible Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I actually met Stevie Wonder because of you. Thank you. That was a big moment.
You're welcome. Refresh my memory. Where were we again?
There was.
I have so many great Stevie Wonder moments.
I was DJing. Was at Brett's house? I forget where it
was.
Oh
yes. Well,
no.
Our friend's house.
Oh yeah. Well, that's where I met him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was a good moment.
Yeah.
So, what are the plans moving forward with Caution and after Caution with the tour? You know what I'm saying? I know you got movies that you've been working on. Precious was amazing.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see you do more of that. What are the future plans now that you're back out here in these streets?
You know how it is with me out here in these streets constantly. Actually, please tell that story. We got to retell the story about being out here in the streets together.
Yeah, so I was telling, all right, because that's how I wanted to make the interview different, because I wanted to tell our experiences.
Yes, we need to do that. But to answer your question, so Caution, the tour, coming up, starting February.
Yes, plug.
Yes. I have to do this, otherwise I'll be like, why didn't I talk about the tour? Yeah. As many moments with you as possible.
Yes.
Possible moments together on...
I'm looking at Melissa.
Yes, possible. Say what?
Nothing. I wasn't.
She said as many moments with me on the tour as possible. We're just gonna send that clip to you into your phone.
Because you bring the festiveness. I love it because people get to hear the songs that I love. I'm backstage listening to the songs that I love, and you know how to merge the audiences between all the different groups.
Now,
of
Mariah,
people.
I gotta thank you real quick at the interview, because I never said this publicly. Thank you. I always say it to you, but thank you, because you really, when I met you and you put me on your Adventures in Mimi tour, that was like, I was nowhere in the position I'm in today.
Well, you really were. I mean, you were.
I mean, DJ-wise,
yeah,
I was a good DJ, but not in the position I'm doing, like radio and in these clubs heavy. And you really put me out there in front of 20,000 people every other night. And that really made, that's a big part of my legacy. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate it. I want to say thank you for being there, because you make it, a word I like to say, you make it pip for me. You make it a moment. You definitely make it a moment. So.
Now, speaking of moments, we're going to talk about our experiences, because I was told you I want to retell this story. I said it in an interview a long time ago, but it was only audio.
Okay.
Do you remember when we were in my Escalade?
Yes, I do.
All right, you already remember the story.
No, but tell it, because it's a good story.
So I'm in an Escalade with Mariah. I forgot where we were going. We were going to the store or something.
No, we were going to the studio.
Oh, we were going to the studio. You're
with
right.
Uncle Murder.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that. And so a cop comes to my door.
Wait, first of all, I think we pulled over to go get some food.
That's the store. Yeah. So we pulled over to go to the store, and a cop did not know that Mariah Carey was in the car with me. And he comes to harass me, basically. He knocks on the window and basically takes my keys.
For no reason.
And just walks away.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Mariah like, what the hell's going on? And we were with somebody in the car. I forget who.
I know who it was, but yeah, someone else was in the car.
Okay. And we're confused. She went to talk to the cop. This is how corrupt cops are. But this was a great moment in my life. Oh, sorry. I said that.
That's okay.
I said that. Mariah said they're all great.
We love everybody, but this was a difficult moment for us.
Yeah, this is a difficult moment.
We can be honest about it.
So the person that was with us went to go talk to the officer and said, why'd you take the keys? And he said he fit the description of something.
Of something that happened.
That had happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is like 2, 3 in the morning, right?
Yeah, 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, well, Mariah Carey's in the car. Now, here's my moment of glory. The officer comes directly to my window with the apologetic face on. And, of course, I had to do the, you know what I'm saying, that type of swag. And he was like, well, he did say, I'm sorry, Mariah, I apologize. He fit the description. Now that I think about it, I don't think he apologized to me. But it was still
He did
it was
it?
still a good moment though.
Oh my gosh. I thought I got out of the car and went into the store and we made like a moment out of it. Why do I remember that part?
But that did happen before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a long
I don't know how
night.
we did that because we had no security.
We had nothing.
That's
we were just
another
on-
moment that we did. This is actually awkward. So do you remember this, the Adventures of Mimi tour?
Mm-hmm.
This is me and you just started being friends and we were cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely threw a water balloon directly in my face and I didn't know it.
Sorry about that. It was meant to hit you like in the chest. It wasn't.
But Mariah has security, obviously, as she should. And it appeared that you ran away from your security to have a good time because, you know, you are who you are.
And it's boring sometimes when security's there. We love them,
But they're calling me. Do you know who Mariah's? And that's, you escaped the security that I'm sure that you're paying as part of your team. That's crazy to me.
Well, that wasn't the first time I've done that. There's some
Really?
good stories about escaping security.
Can you tell me the best one of all time?
I think we need to get someone on the phone to tell that story. That's the story that the brat tells.
Oh, really?
Did she ever tell you that story?
Nah, she never told me.
See, that's when security was being paid by someone else
Oh, okay.
and to protect me from who knows what.
And where did you go?
We just went to Burger King, but they all flipped out. You got to get her to tell the story.
I'm going to get her to tell the
honestly.
story. But just tell me, did they recognize
or
you?
JD could tell the story.
All right, I'll get JD to do it.
Yeah,
Did they
yeah.
recognize you out there, though?
They followed us. It was a whole long thing. This is before I knew you. This is like when I wasn't really allowed to know anybody.
Another story that you told me, and I asked your permission for this, the Honey remix.
Yes.
One of the biggest songs of all time. It is. Mace was on it.
Yes.
Relax was on it. I had the vinyl set, I remember. But you told me, and I don't know if you ever shared this story, that Biggie was supposed to actually be on there before Mace.
Yeah, that was unfortunately during that time when.
Yeah, I know the whole industry was the East Coast, West Coast thing, but I don't want to take it there.
Oh, no, I don't even mean that. I
Oh, what
mean,
do you
it
mean?
didn't happen because
Oh, because he passed.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. That's
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
regrets. I wanted to meet Biggie, but
we had a conversation on the phone.
because I want to know how that conversation went.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell people because I remember he had the Dreams record out at the time.
Well,
and he had that horrible
he
line.
had the Dreams record out, and then
Mariah
somebody else
Carey,
told him,
kinda scary.
And so I was always like, you know what? Why do you have to say that? And then someone, I'm not going to mention, a very prominent rapper said to me, he meant that as a compliment. I was like, okay, if you said it, I'll take it that way. And then I got Puff put me on the phone with him. I don't even know if he remembers this. This was at the Hit Factory.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, the big Hit Factory, the original one where we filmed One Sweet Day with Boyz II Men.
Nice.
And he was like, I didn't mean that, so love, da 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 da. And he was gonna get on the record, and then he passed away.
It was supposed to be Biggie and the Lox.
I think it was just probably gonna be Biggie, and then it ended up being.
And what? Just real quick, and we'll just change the topic. What did Biggie say to you on the phone? Like, what did he say to you?
You know what? It was just the swag was just so enormous that it was just like everything was all love. There was never any problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
but
no
it was
real
just,
problem.
No, not at all. It was me being sensitive because I'm just a sensitive girl. But then he put me on the phone, and it was just really nice. And I was like, yay, this is going to be incredible. And it was so unfortunate.
I wish I could have heard that because he's actually my favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah, most people say that.
Some people say Pac.
Yeah, yes, they do. But of course, it's always, one has to make that decision.
All right, now let's talk about the cooking. This is we're talking about. We're gonna get to the album, I promise. The cooking, because Thanksgiving has happened. You wanted me to share this.
Okay, well, only because you made me feel very confident about my cooking
your chicken
skills.
Mom, I'm sorry, yo. Your chicken is a movie. I'm actually jealous of your children.
They don't, but you know what? That chicken, I think that's because when I was pregnant, I was just next level with the cooking. So you visited me.
Yeah, so I visited her when she was pregnant.
And brought me a bunch of music.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes,
and
I
played
remember.
that game with we were like name that tune, doing
Yeah,
something.
and you won.
I won the game.
You won.
Mm-hmm.
And you proceeded to cook.
Yes.
I never knew you could cook. You know what I'm saying? And the chicken was disrespectful. So disrespectful in a good way, by the way. So do you cook for your kids? Do you cook for your family? Do you cook for Thanksgiving?
I'm
what
gonna
do you
cook a little bit for Thanksgiving, but Christmas is like the time when I take the time out and actually cook.
In Aspen?
Yes, Christmas in Aspen. Yes, we make sure I do my cook. My stomach is about to grumble on the mic again because I'm so hungry thinking about it. But yeah, they know that I cook, but they never had that experience because they were in here.
Yeah. Wow. Am I invited to Aspen this year?
Always.
All right, cool.
Santa's gonna be there. The reindeer is gonna be there.
Oh yeah, you have real reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Mariah, you're like Mrs. Claus for real. And that's another thing. The public has made you like the queen of Christmas.
I mean,
How do you feel about that? You are like You're the queen, period, but you're the queen.
No.
You might have the biggest Christmas song of all time.
You know what's so funny? When I wrote that song, I was like, let me just write what's going to make me happy. Like, what do I like about Christmas? I wanted it to sound like a classic, like from a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people are like, she didn't write that song. That's a song from a long time ago. And now it is a song from a long time ago, but it's actually my song. And so many people have covered it and all that kind of thing. But whatever. I finally gotten to the point where I can enjoy it myself, where I can be like, okay, I'm listening to this. I'm not going to criticize my vocal. I'm not going to pick it apart. I'm just going to like have my, what do I drink on the hot, butterscotch schnapps and hot cocoa.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it, listen to the song, look at the snow, and call it a day.
Yo, I want to ask you, because your swag goes back where my swag comes from, 90s to now. How do you feel about today's climate of music? Like, honestly, like, I'm in it too, so I don't know if you know, I'm vocal about certain things. Like, I love Cole, I love Drake,
yes,
I love Kendrick, but it's very much different, the rules out here and the way things are moving on social media than it was when, you know, when we came up.
Right.
And I just want to know how you feel about that. Do you enjoy the music now? Do you listen to anybody?
I mean, I'm with you. Everybody that you name. I also like Travis Scott.
Oh yeah, Travis is dope.
You know, like it's for me. Every now and then there'll be a standout song that I'm like, oh, I really like this song. But it has to be something that doesn't sound like everything else. And I don't want to say like, oh, everything sounds the same. But there's a certain cadence and a certain thing right now that just feels like very.
Well, I don't want to get any, because I'm friends with everybody, but I don't want to get everybody bad.
Everybody.
But is there like, for this era, is there like who is our legends? Like, is there a not comparable, but like a Whitney or Michael Jackson or Mariah or like whatever? Like, I feel like we lost that. I mean, I don't want to disrespect nobody. There's gonna be people who's gonna be mad at me.
Like you said, we love everybody and everybody's working hard. But I think it's because things are so easily, like right now, it's like
everything's on demand and everything's quick. It's like microwave.
Yeah, you can't. It doesn't. It's hard to have a classic because everything, like the next day there's a new song, and like people don't really live with it as like the way they used to live with it. That's how I feel about it. Or it's rare. Like I feel like Drake has done well with that. Where
he's killing it.
Yeah, he's.
But even him, I'm like, what is his? Like how Fat Joe had Leaned Back, how Puff had the Benjamins, how Busta had Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, how
and so many others.
Yeah, there's so many different records. Like Drake has a catalog that's crazy. Obviously, he's the biggest in the game right now. But because everything is so quick, does he have that stand
like
out
the
legendary
standout track
that is for eternity is gonna play? I don't know.
I mean, I like.
Or does anybody?
I think Nice for What could be
that might be it. That's a big one, yeah.
And I love the Lauren sample in that because
that's the closest one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be. I'm not the authority on it. I just go with what I like.
But I just wanted to ask you about the new generation because I know, you know, when we listen to music, when I DJ for you, we play a lot of the
classics.
Yeah, the classic 90s swag and early 2000s and 80s.
So. Go back for even further, yeah.
Yeah, like Vanity 6.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
he
Prince,
knows my
of course.
favorites.
Yes, I know.
But even like a Bobby Womack or something like that, you can't find that. You can't find that really now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's our legends nowadays? No disrespect to anybody because I love a lot of artists today, but the artists from back then, it felt more iconic. It just felt, in my opinion, but I think social media has a big thing to do with that.
Well, because now it's kind of like it's almost, I don't mean to say that I don't mean to disrespect anybody's thing, but it's almost like fast food in a way because there's so many options. You could just get whatever and you live with it for a moment, then you move on to the next one. That's just the way.
Would you erase social media if you could right now?
You wouldn't, would you?
You know what? There's great things about it and there's bad things about it. I don't like the fact that random people could get famous for random nonsense.
But they're famous for how many minutes, though? It's like Andy Warhol said, everybody will be famous for 15 minutes in the future, and it's true.
But so back in the 90s, there were 15 minutes of fame. It was a handful of people. Now it's the majority.
That's true.
In my opinion.
It diminishes what fame is, though, is what it does. I don't know.
Let's get to the album.
Let's get to the album.
Why did you call it Caution?
Because it was the last song I did.
Who are you looking for out here?
It's a warning.
Who gotta watch they back from Mariah?
It's a warning. No, really, it's like, I don't know if you heard that song because it's just brand new off the new album. Worked on it with No ID. And it's one of my favorites on the album. It really is. And it was the last song I recorded. Worked on it in the Bahamas. It was the only song didn't do in L.A.
Oh, okay.
And you got to go to the studio, Albany Studios. It's
in the
great.
Bahamas?
Yes. They had a hot tub in the studio, everything.
Okay.
Like a beach,
wow.
a little water park. By the way, I'm like their best promotional vehicle right now. So I assume next time I go
hope they
there,
cut
it'll
you
be
a
for
check for
free.
that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They need to cut me in. She's shaking her head like, don't keep talking about it. But it's true. It's an amazing place. So it was the last record I did for the album, and I was just like, you know what? I like this. We were calling it Proceed with Caution, and then just shorten it to Caution. I like all the way we can do like the creative stuff with the
You know, the
caution
artwork is
tape.
phenomenal. Everything is great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
But
we need to get somebody on that record. I really feel like that deserves a feature. I don't know who it is, but it should.
I need to do a remix for this album. Thanks.
Let's do that one. I want to play it for you. Let's do that one.
All right, let's do that one.
Okay. Or a no. Since you were the first one.
I'm gonna
play
execute that because I heard you guys.
Execute that,
I'm gonna
yes.
execute that.
Okay.
But I want to do an official remix with different people. We're gonna talk.
Yes. Behind the scenes.
Yeah, gonna do some behind the scenes. So, real quick, it's so funny that I don't see you in this light because I know you for so long, but I know everybody says Mariah the diva. I don't even know what diva means. I mean, I guess that means for me swagged out. Is that what it means?
You know, it's taken on so many different meanings. When I was growing up, my mother is an opera singer, they are the original divas.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hearing diva since I was born, like, oh, so-and-so is quite the diva. And I never really knew what that meant, but I always, if you look up the true definition, it means
Mm-hmm.
a talented female vocalist. And then the second definition,
that's it?
well,
Okay.
that's the first one. Second definition is a difficult woman. Pretty much.
I don't agree with that.
That's
a perception. Like some people say, like they feel like that's the perception that you're difficult. They don't know you. I know you.
Yeah.
Far from difficult. Very sweet human being. When I hear diva, I hear swagged out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, now people want to be thought of as a diva.
Yes.
You know
So
what I
what are the rules of being a diva in your opinion? Besides being an incredible singer.
You got to have great lighting. You got to have the ensemble changes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt to have some diamonds here and there. You know, it is what it is.
It's also an aura, I think.
Yeah.
I know people got diamonds and everything you said, and they're not divas.
It kind of comes from within. You gotta,
I was
you gotta radiate it. You gotta radiate it.
All right. Well, listen. It's hard to, it's really hard to have an interview with my friend because
I know,
so many
we
things
just
we
wanna
could talk about.
Yeah,
what
and I
I'm
feel like
saying?
I didn't give good enough stories on some of the things.
There's so many stories that we could tell.
I'm always editing myself because I'm like, can I really say that to people?
Nah, keep it real, yo.
You know.
I'm trying to think, man. There's so many stories that we have to tell. That's how I wanted to make this a little bit different with our stories, but there's so many.
But I think people are gonna like the story. I don't know if you fully explain to them how good my chicken really is, but just let them stop doubting my culinary.
The Lord made chicken, it would be equivalent to Mariah's chicken. Is that good?
I think the Lord did make chicken, but anyway.
But Caution is out right now. The reviews are outstanding. I personally love the album.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your favorite Mariah Carey album is, but
probably Butterfly is my favorite.
Butterflies?
But the album Butterfly. But I feel really good about this album, and it's great to see the reviews and stuff like that.
And the Lambs hit me all the time.
They do.
Yeah, they always hit me in my comments and tell Mariah we love her album. So the response for Caution has been outstanding.
Yay.
And I just wanted to say congratulations on another one.
Thank you, my
You
love.
know what I'm saying? Please stay in New York for at least 5 days.
Let's do it.
And keep winning. And thank you once again for doing everything you've done for me in my career.
You don't ever have to thank me. I appreciate being
I have to
part of
thank
it.
you, yo.
I love
There's
it.
vicious people in this game, and you're not one of them. So I'm gonna say thank you forever. So thank you.
Well, thank you, and I love it when I get to turn on the radio and hear you on the radio, and I feel a little sense of pride.
Thank you. And in closing, who's the greatest DJ of all time?
DJ Sus1.
All right, thank you. It's the Feature Presentation Radio Show. It's Power 105.1. Mariah Carey, Caution out right now.
Love you, baby.